Peace in, folks. How you doing? Use the force. Positive mental attitude. You know how we do. So, it don't matter where you're sitting right now, where you're standing, what you're doing. It's a crazy time. It's not the easiest of times. I can believe what I believe. You can believe what you can believe, right? But we got to get along. Or at least we got to healthily learn to disagree. Because it seems like the majority of people at the moment are struggling to disagree in a healthy manner. It results to name calling and insinuations, you know, where people say something where they don't outright insult you with their words, but they imply like you're a moron and you just don't get it. And that's just as bad. I don't put up with that shit. I don't do that shit. I wonder how sometimes people read me when I write the things I write, you know, because I'm just like, I'll see a post, you know, let's say about the restrictions outside, right? So like, you know, you can't, well, protests themselves are not banned, are they? We realise that. The BLM people marched outside of Cardiff last week, this week just gone, within the last 7 days. It's been 2 different things I've seen, and the police didn't shut them down. But if you're an anti-vaccine, or at least anti-this vaccine, right? Like, I'm not anti anything in its entirety, but I'm saying I don't think it's healthy if we recommend. Anyway, these marches, anyway. So I saw a post about like, you know, the police clamping down on people outside, and the person said, you know, obviously I feel a bit bad that, you know, the police are spying on people on the seafront with their drone, making sure people are social distancing. And I just said, you know, with all due respect to everyone and everything that's going on, where is the scientific case study paper that shows that this virus is contagious and dangerous outside? And it was a rhetorical question, and I said as much, because there isn't. And where's the studies to show that long-term exposure to mask wearing isn't going to have worse effects on healthy people? You know, you've got to think. You're breathing out the carbon onto your mask. Some of it's getting caught there. You're breathing back in. Germs you're breathing out, you're then breathing back in. You're recirculating germs that your body's trying to get rid of. Right, so to some people, in some instances, right, you go into a shop, you put your mask on. Okay, right? I get the internal dangers if anybody is out that is in danger. And those people that are out that are in danger should definitely be wearing, like, the fucking Donny masks. Anyone over the age of fucking 65, 70 should have been sent a Donny mask in the post, right? Like, why would you not instantly try and protect the weak? Because we don't live in a system that is designed to do these things. Right? So, it's not like we don't know it. It's not like we think that the elderly are so well taken care of. Every single year in the media, you know, I always see, even though I'm not like watch the TV boy, but I have friends that watch TV. I might get into a vehicle, the radio's on, and I'll hear a news story, right? And every year, the elderly are finding it even harder to just pay their bills, to keep warm in the winter when they're at their most vulnerable. Homeless people of any fucking age. How much do you have to ignore to be civilised? So how civil is this society? How much do we have to ignore to be civilised? A lot. Which means we're not fucking civilised, are we? means we're living in a hierarchical dominating system that wants to fucking suppress and oppress the fucking humankind without wanting to be too dramatic. You know, there's some very lightweight reasons as to why healthy change is needed. And there's some really fucking stonking heavy ones as well. So I say pick one. Any old one. Pick one, this one, that one, any old one, we don't mind. Just grab it. Grab a reason and go, let's have a look. You know? Thankfully, this is happening. More and more people are asking questions. You know, and I'm happy about it. And I think we need to ask more questions of ourselves. Dare to take that route. You know? Where we face the things we ignore. You know? For some people, that might be something like sexuality. They've been denying their sexuality. Right? For other people, it might be their views on relationships. Right? Some people, like me, right, are like relationship people. Right? I don't have sex outside of relationships. When I'm not in a relationship, I'm not having sex. Right? And then there's people that just don't want to settle down, right? And we should all be allowed to do these things. We should all be allowed to be free to think these ways, to say these ways. And if it's got nothing to do with gender, you know, anything, pick it. We're becoming a better society. We are becoming. We are not one. So I think it's time to dig deep into the problem. And what's the problem? What's the problem that ecological crises face? Right? What is the problem that the homeless face? What is the problem that vegans face? What is the problem that mental health activists face? What is the problem that cancer activists face? What is the problem that all activists face? And it's the same fucking thing. The corrupt global governance that are giving up our powers and giving more and more access to power over us to corporations. Like, you know, one of the first things the royals used to do would be set up a corporation in the nation that they were invading. Oh, sorry, I mean liberating the barbarians, right? So while they were savagely killing people, sticking their flags in the fucking ground and claiming corporate supremacy, in the belly of the beast, everybody thinks barbarians are being liberated. We're so lucky we've got this structure, and aren't we blessed to be at the height of civilization? The height of civilization is an indoctrination system that rips everyone away from their natural form of life, that guides you in a destructive, unhealthy manner. I'm good without that bullshit. Yes, people are beautiful. Yes, life is beautiful. Yes, the academic system can play a role in being helpful in your life. But if they're perpetuating the problems of the past by glorifying the gangsters of today, what good to the psyche are they doing on children? You know, I said to someone yesterday, I'm one of the kids that came out of the education system. Like, I thought I was pretty much good for nothing. Thankfully, I had strength in my character, so I knew I was a good person. But I thought I was destined to be some, like, street sweeper who struggles to keep a roof over his head. In this ever-increasing business, no emotions society that I was seeing. Thankfully, my mum did a better job on me than the school system. Cheers, Mum. R.I.P. Thankfully, because I knew self-worth. Self-worth isn't something you get taught at school, is it? No. That's a problem. So instead of accepting anything is the way it is, or the opposite end of the scale, rebelling to such point that you're totally unable to do anything about anything. Being mindful in your every moment of where we are. Finding the little thought patterns in your mind that take you away from facing the truth of this society and what it's doing, and how badly we all need to push for change. Because the more of us that push, the quicker this shit happens. Like literally, if 95% of the British public got up tomorrow morning and went, what the fuck are we doing? These people have been destroying our lives for years and playing like they're fucking trying to help us or doing it for all our own good. And went, no. And instead of going to work, instead of shopping, instead of living in this society and supporting it with our day-to-day activities, we all just moved on London and went, we're just letting you know you're out. We take control. We instantly redistribute food resources and accommodation resources. So first port of call, everybody gets a roof and a food. And there is organisation that can be done that transfers a social system from a leadership hierarchical structure over to a communal, global, interlinked network. Like there's a healthy way of living, free from domination and fear, where we all make agreements. And in the age of the technology we've got, the deterrence for warfare is pretty vast. The chances of World War III being on the ground with boots and guns, I mean, some people say that we're already in World War III. And we've been in it for a few years. They've been psychologically destroying our future. You know, the government are using all of the history they've now got of data. Like, I've been using social media for just 10 years, 9-10 years. I was late to the game. But in my lifetime of internet use of 10 years, the amount of information they've been gathering, data, a 96-page document on mind manipulation, utilising data gathered from the internet. Like, I didn't even read the whole document. I didn't need to. Because it's obvious they're doing it anyway. Right? It's obvious once you've been looking. I don't want to sound like some fucking... But once you've actually been looking, once you've actually admitted to yourself, fuck, you know, and there is no blanket on this, right? So I can't just say once you've admitted to yourself X, Y, and Z. Because we all react differently to what is in front of us, right? Some people go through school with a breeze. They don't have any reason to question anything, so they don't. So they don't question how much they have to ignore to be civilised. And all the time people are comfortable. It's harder to make moves for something that isn't actually affecting you at that time. But it's gonna, and if you look forward, you just look at what's happening around the globe. You've got to look wider than Sussex, than England, than Australia, than America. Like the globe, look at the globe, look at what's happening. The internet is a modern day library. It's full of a wealth of knowledge, right? It might even dwarf the libraries of Alexandria. Maybe not so much with content, like worthy content, but with maths, I'd say it's probably done it. But worthy, I don't know. We lost most of the good stuff when they destroyed the libraries. Still, I'm just saying, we can get some awareness, can't we? So, my friends, I'm going to say to you, we're up on that time. Oh, we're going into the positive. We're going to say to you, use the force, because it's up there. Positive mental attitude. Be kind with your thoughts to yourselves and to others. Keep loving your hearts for yourselves and for others. And let's get it. Go on, John. Awareness, of course. Peace in.